platforms behind me. There we go. So, kind of got to wait for the YouTube one because that's the one that stores the data. It should be going by now, surely. Well, I didn't set it to start till 5 minutes from now. So, we will just make sure that it is indeed live. Are we live on YouTube? What is up? Hello, YouTube. Okay, so it's been quite a shenanigans, quite like full on to get ready for this entire. It's just, I don't know. So I'm very happy to be streaming. I'm glad I'm doing it, and I'm actually on time this time. So that is good. Well, you think you would be if you get to set what time you get to start. But yeah, we are live now. So hello, everyone. I'm glad this is working on Twitch, Nimo TV, Trovo, YouTube, Mob Crusher, D Live, hopefully a Freak TV soon. So yeah, we're going to be streaming Valleys and Villages, so I'm happy to be streaming that. Yeah, just for me getting all ready and then getting all the thumbnails exported and sort of out of no use to. And the thing is, I like to have it well documented. Like if you're a person that did in real life streaming, it would be so much easier just to just rock up and just press start streaming and hey and everything. You just don't even worry about that. But I like to keep it. Hey Lynn, hello on Trovo, hello. But because I like to keep it all like recorded well, then keep it all recorded. Like nicely documented, like I streamed this at this point and here's a record of it so people can watch it back. Then it's just that extra effort of you have to individually change the title each time, put a different thumbnail on it each time, and yeah, it's just that extra pain to do that. And also streaming, oh no, it doesn't actually make much difference whether it's on Restream or not. I have to update the titles and that, so not forget that. Anyway, good to see you all, well, Lynn, so far. And let's get into it. So I'm going to, yeah, it's gonna be a good stream. I'm genuinely, I honestly, I do love doing these streams. Like I loved the last one, and I do, yeah. But it's just a matter of there's so much on in life that I have to do that it's like okay, there we go. So we'll just make sure everything is fully operational, as they say in Star Wars. Okay, and we'll refresh that, so that should be cool potatoes, and then we'll go like that, boom, we'll send out the notification on Trovo, and then we'll come here, and we'll go right there, boom, and we will, so it's there, and boom, there, and there, cool potatoes, boom, and hopefully we'll do a Clash Quest stream tonight. We'll see about that though. Okay, so what am I gonna do? Okay, we got that, and here we go, live. 2 of me for the moment. Hokey doke, finally my laptop went live. Boom, I can do that. Ka-chow. Boom. Okay, so let's get on with it. Let's get right into the news. We've got 1 person here right now. Boom, and I've finished, so we got that up. Boom. And then we go like that. Ka-chow. So we got this one here up now. Okay, cool. Hey, Peter, welcome to the stream. Hello. Boom. Okay, let's do that, and let's get into Valleys and Villages. I'm actually genuinely excited. Okay, there we go. So, ka-chow. So, boom, and then we'll do that, and so you can see the notifications. I'm going to be making a big move. I'm going to be leaving my valley in Valleys and Villages, despite it being a really good valley. The top valley in the world, in fact, in terms of, like, mathematical... there we go. So there are all the notifications, the thing. Obviously, yeah, Apple still has some issues, although this isn't the latest version, so it might not be the case. But basically, let's just open it and I'll show you. Okay, there we go. Basically, we'll get to that. We will get to that. Boom. Okay, so we will... Okay, and... boom. Valleys and Villages. Here comes the sound. You've been out partying again. No time for us anymore. Boom. Hey, Lighthouse, welcome to the stream. Hello. I have not been out partying. Have I been to any parties? Oh, I've been to 1 birthday party, not since last stream. I have another one coming up. But I am leaving the valley. I know. So, and this one is, there we go. So, oh, it's gonna be back. It's gonna be back with my with this here, just showing. And I've got a big description. I wrote lots of stuff. So basically, this is the situation of it. Of basically, so yeah, and so it's. I'm just trying to think what else I should have said from last time. There's the huge cap. Oh, I won't even bother placing new ones now. Actually, it's kind of sad. I could have done 3 more. There's a huge bottleneck here, although it's actually relatively short compared to normal. So, I'm not sure. Anyway, so we have done a lot of research. It's really cool being able to research. We'll open up the houses now, because they've been there. I did upgrade the 2 clay storages, so we'll go boom, 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 boom! That's quite cool. We're getting real close now. Only 4 more buildings and we're maxed. So with the research, I've opened it. So it's so cool because we get to see so far now. We don't get to see the very end bit, but we can basically figure out and calculate what they are. But I upgraded it. I'm not sure if we got to level 10 last time, then put it on upgrade. So then we can see level 11 and 12. So it's really helpful. So interesting because I've noticed that all the products are like up in a line really. And then all the other building things are like that. So that looks pretty intentional. There's the old product there, but most of it is in that kind of line for the product. So you can either go down the product line or this line, but these products are so hard and so rare that the boats just get clogged and no one can actually complete these ones most of the time. Occasionally they'll do it if it's, but there's also the events that come along and then you can't complete the events, which then ruins those events because there's this thing that comes every 3 days or whatnot. They got some hilarious descriptions. I reckon it's AI text. There's a couple of ways they could have done it. Either they could have got a massive database of text of all these different phrases they put together and they sort of then just got it in, or they could have used AI. And I think it's AI because there's no way a human has written it. Like, they even have a copyright symbol in there, which I'm not even sure if they're even allowed to do that. But, because it's just some other random company text that they've gotten that's got the copyright symbol in there. But it's hilarious, the different things that come up with, like, find a quiet corner and panic, or it was one of the different things. Oh, your music is a little loud, sorry. I'll turn that down to there. Is that a bit better? There we go. You haven't streamed for a while. Boom. Not streamable, so all good, Lighthouse. Thank you for coming by. There we go. So, yeah, is that one better? I can turn it down or up more. So, yeah, it's really cool. And I figured there will be 2 more houses. So, 2 of the new things up there will be houses. And 2 of them will be potions. So, there'll be the triple... Oh, wait, no, it won't. Okay, so 2 of them will be the houses. I know that much. And then there's probably new houses because you get a maximum of 10 workers. And there's probably a lot of upgrades. Because if we go to these things, we can see all of the things we can unlock. And these things are all maxed. And then if we come over here... Oh, 1, 2, or 3. So, there'll be 3 potions. And 2 of them will be the workers, and then there'll be some upgrades, which I'll probably figure out which upgrades they are. But we can see all the products, as you can see right here, which ones that we are able to get. So that's all of them right there. And over here, we can see all of them, except for those 3 potions, which we'll unlock later. Boom, and then that's all been maxed out for a while now. And finally, we can collect Rebecca with a maximum skill. So I just upgraded her. And then we'll chuck her on here instead. So we'll remove him and we'll chuck her on because now she's at 60% research, which is awesome. Cool beans. So we got that, which is good. And we've got this wheat event, which has just happened. 37 more minutes. I'm maxed out on wheat. I can't actually... Oh, that got a lot of it right then. But all of that there is stuck. Hopefully I should... Yes, we can still see the descriptions. Okay, there we go. Boom. So we can see what she said. Hopefully. Oh, no, it just shows that. It doesn't actually show the hilarious tasks. Oh, what? You can do a 3D rotation. Whoa, that's real cool. The things I learn every day. It's like, oh, like a red pom-pom statue thing. Oh, that's so sad we can't see the actual... They were funny as. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, you can, like, 3D rotate around that a little bit. You can still, like, zoom up incredibly, like, detailed, like... But, yeah. Okay. Oh, just, there's so many things to say. So many... I get overwhelmed, actually. So we got her on the last 2 days. I think we've got about the maximum amount of them. Yep, 30. So, man, a lot of clay diggers, my goodness. So, and then there's this thing. Yeah, this is taking longer than I thought, because this one seemed like an easier one, because there was no 1000k brick task, but then there's still the massive plank tasks of 600, which has taken ages. So, I figured out, I calculated the rate at which we are progressing. Boom. Okay, I'm just trying to think of everything to showcase. We still have that to build, but it's not actually... should come out properly. You definitely don't need 3 at this point. I mean, in the long run, when you're getting like completing the task real quick, you might want to have heaps of people working. But then again, if you can only do 1 task at a time, so you'd have like all 3 on wood, and then I mean, I guess if you did the wood and then instantly did the brick and just kept like the wood, then the clay, then and just rotated them, but almost never would you need 3 workers. Like even with with 7 workers, you can often if you do it well, you can keep it balanced. So you only have 1 guy. You got a well-researched guy, Liam, doing this kind of stuff, and then you just have like, let's say 2 or 3 people in your base, which what you can do is you can compensate it by either, once the food runs out, just dropping a worker and chucking them on one of those outside tasks, or you can then, you could temporarily put a second worker on, but ideally either you just compensate by moving them off so it never sort of hits 0 the food, or you can also compensate with eggs, because you often max out with 9 of each eggs, and so if it drops, then just replace the level, and so then but you don't want to have 2 workers on there. That's really inefficient if you have 2 workers. If you have 10 people, 10 villagers, which most of you won't have, then that will be different, most probably, but when you've only got 7, you can balance it pretty well and just have the 1 guy on there. And then occasionally, if you really need to catch up on getting stuff in the village done, just chuck it a potion, a 9-hour potion, 150%, and he'll just hold the line, and then they can just boost it, and you just get heaps done. By having two on food is just really inefficient, so try not to do that. Hasn't streamed a whole lot lately. No, although I did do one a week ago. So, hey, Ox Lewis, good to see you, Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm so behind on your streams. So, can I ask a question? Yes, go ahead. Boom, Bell. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Lynn, for saying where it is. It's a wee fun management game, efficiency game. So, yeah, I really enjoy it. I'm just thinking of everything else. So there are a few upgrades now. I've just recent. So I had that I could have upgraded, and then I recently did it so I could get the houses, and then now I can get the stone as of last night, because we've just gone like boom. Oh, I could have done. Oh, houses were first. Oh, houses must have been first, and then those, then that. Yeah, and so we've got lots of them. But it's like 8, and I've just got 1 to 6. But there was a time when my top house was like about 8, and I could only get to 5, so it was a big gap. Because they changed, since they made it really hard on the reputation thing. It's not that bad, actually, but since they made it much harder, then suddenly you could have got to 10, and then they didn't sync it, because they still kept this the same, but then they made it way harder to get them on the reputation road, so then you have like really high level houses that your guys can't get to that level. So, yeah. Superstar, how do you like my new profile picture? I'll have a look. I don't know why, I just feel so over. Hey, thank you, Peter, for becoming a super sub. Thank you, Peter. Awesome. And your new profile picture, like it? I can only vaguely see it. Is it like from League of Legends or Final Fantasy? Boom. Okay, there we go. We got 4 of you here, so good to have you guys here. Boom. Okay, and a 1, a 2. A 1, 2, 3, go. I just feel so overwhelmed. Even though it was only a week ago, there's just lots to talk about, and you just have to, like, throughout, I'm like, oh, I should mention that, but then I don't. So yeah, ideally you don't want to have 2 guys working like that, but when you get 10 workers, I'm assuming that would make sense. But if you balance it well, you can have, like, maybe 2 of the, he can hold 2 of them fine. So if you have, like, him on that, and then you have 2 of them, I think you normally have 3 of them, and then it goes down, it starts going down, but then you can compensate it with the chicken coop, because currently that's wasted. Like, I'm just getting nothing out of those eggs right there. They're just sitting there, and that often happens. When's the next boat coming? That would be nice. 1 hour and 15 minutes. Because I'll stream for like at least another hour, and then maybe past 11 versus 11:45 I'll hop off. Maybe wait for that boat. Oh no, I'm probably gonna leave before then, so I probably won't. Yeah, so I have lots of weeks, because I did a week task on top of already having that, so then I currently had 2 weeks that I couldn't accept. Yeah, so there's that, and then there's all of, oh, with free fish again. I collected that. Sometimes it doesn't save the thing. And then there's that. I'm tempted to buy that best value deal at the end. Tempted to get it. Okay, so there's that. And yeah. We've got the, yeah, so now I'll just show you so this is the valley. I finally made it to 10,000, which is nice. Then there's all the players. Not many of them talk much. Swarren does. Paradise doesn't really, neither does Aaron. Neither does a Pip. I don't know if I've ever seen them. I think I've seen Crypto talk, McCarthy talk, Allison talk, Swarren talk. I think I talk the most. It's sort of like people play lots, but they don't chat much. Whereas in some games you have people chat lots. Can't see the tiny profile pictures, which I could go to channels. Yeah, back in the day. It's from Assassin's Creed. Right. Boom. And that you can, of course, get these. There's actually... I used to think I'd get Felix the Builder in that, but as of this point in the game, definitely not. I guess the research, or I could get coins, would be the way to go. But because I used to think, oh, he would actually be reasonable to hire. And he would. He's not that bad, considering if you bought a big hunk of 7,000 in that. But either actually getting boats would be actually better than buying the gold, I calculated. With a quick calculation that I didn't double check. You can get the dyes. Which actually isn't that expensive, but at the same time, definitely not. Like 23 gems for 5 of them, you can just make them. I guess you could buy this the discount one each time, but for things, if for a dye actually, for a 50% discounted dye, that would actually, there'd be validity, that would be a fair choice. But for a regular product, there'd be no way. Or for a really rare product, you also could, that is really hard to get, which then just means that this is clogged up. Yeah, and so, yeah, it's really pain. Those things and that. There's a certain few, oh, these ones aren't normally done, neither are those, so I'm actually kind of surprised they've done them. There's a certain few products that just clog it up almost every time. And of those dyes there, all of them are often clogging it up. Rainbow dye, purple dye, orange dye, and green dye. Those ones clog it up lots. What else clogs it up? They clog it up. They clog it up. They clog it up, and they clog it up. The plush toys are, I do them, but rather not. And I didn't. It wasn't until and then that clogs it up. That clogs it up. That clogs it up. And that clogs it up. There might be maybe like one of those like things that people sometimes do, but that one's often blocked. Most of those, I just think that those. There might be one that because I'd use it if I could. I don't know what it's required to make it, but and I think maybe the dream cake. I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, those other products that I mentioned clog it up, which then just mean that they can't leave, which means it just sits, the boats just sit there for hours and hours and hours, and no one can do anything, and it's a real pain. Just sits there for like 16 hours. So annoying. The game's very unbalanced, because you have like all these players, heaps of players that are extremely coin deprived, and you only have like a few ways to get rid of the coins, including the autos tasks, which you can just go brrrr, and that's just done real easy. And then you got the events, which give a few coins, but not that many. And then you have the boats. But the boats, if you only have one every 24 hours or so, because it just sits there for 16 hours doing nothing. And it gives, and you see, if people have like 7 things, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About, because normally those 2 things aren't done. So it's like 7, 7. So you just 2 people, just boom, the whole thing's done. And you only have 2 boats per 24 hours. So, approximately. Occasionally they actually go, because people can max it out, but not often. So then it just sort of sits there. So but you have all these people, you have 10 people, and you're only getting rid of, like, oh man, it's a lot to say. You only get rid of like 2 boats, so you only have 2 boats, so it only serves like 4 people basically. And even the people that do use the 7 tokens, because they get them first, then there's still, that's 7 hours worth, and they still have all the other hours worth, the other 21 hours. 17 hours worth of collecting up those things that they can't use. There we go. There's some thumbs up. Also, super start for your next Clash. Can you please voice chat with viewers on Discord? Because I would like to be in your next. Maybe. I'll see. I think probably. Yeah, I probably can do that. Boom. Oh man, it's draining. I don't know why it's so draining. It's like, what the heck? How am I so drained? And thank you, Lynn, for Leon Lime and for the rose earlier. I don't know why I get so drained doing this. There's just so much to explain, and I don't know what it is. I just thought maybe it's the fact, I don't know what it is, that I haven't done it for a while, or if it's because there's so many things I need to think about. I'm trying so hard not to forget things to mention. So let's just look at the leaderboard. Boom, we are indeed still first. I'm wondering if it's that you add on this point, the 6-point difference, because that is the exact same difference that we are that. So I assume that I'm not sure what the other thing is. I thought it was to do with our level, but I doubt it. I think maybe it's to do with the library, the points from the library, and that's why the difference between us and the top and the second one is indeed the same difference of 6. And is it a 4 difference between those 2? It is, yeah. So it must be, this must account for some of it, 51, etc., and then the other stuff, that's why it's fixed, and therefore the oh, that base is disappearing. No, on the left. Where is it going? It's magical. It doesn't change because it's fixed at the, unless people overtake us in the point thing. of the statue, which I don't think they are now. But it sort of it was changed. They built it well enough, the game, but now those top players is sort of, it's not working too well for them. I don't know. I don't think I'll type all this up. I don't think I'll have time. But it will be. It's Kitfu. Yes, that's an OG one from ages ago. That's a really old one, because it's real cool how I did way back, like a month after it started, I did a whole heap of data on it, just like maybe 2 months after it started or whatnot. And I just got all that data, which is real cool, because then there's a few of those ones from way back, like a month after it started, which I still have all the names and whatnot of the top few, that then I still have all that data, which is real cool, because then you can, I spent like a whole day just getting so much data on it. And then you can see how then some of them, look like here now, almost not quite a year later, but many months later, some of those same names are still there. It's because there's not many people playing. But it's still pretty cool that it's like, oh, I know that one. That was, yeah, that's real cool. Oh, it's up here. That's right. Because okay, so that's still doing real well. Because I can't remember most of them, but some of the OG ones, I think Settler Z was a definite OG one, and I'm pretty sure Mountain Vale was. Mainford, that was definitely an OG one. Happy was. I think Dar was. Kitfu was. All the names are starting to become more familiar, so I'm sort of... Winterfell was, that one there. So I'm starting to forget which ones... I still have the data. Interesting, this one here, Orange Juice. That is, I'm almost certain, the actual Orange Juice. Like the YouTuber Orange Juice. So it's like... he's playing this game. So, yeah, Orange Juice. So, and he's actually, I found the top, as far as I could see, the top ranked player in the game with over 50,000 points on that thing. But I've never actually talked to him about it. But yeah, I'm almost certain that will be the real Orange Juice. So, he's in one of the top valleys in the world, his own one. I'm not sure when he started playing, because on that first month he wasn't there, but he could have easily gemmed up. It honestly wouldn't cost that many gems to sort of do, like, basically max out this game. Like, you wouldn't just absolutely max it out, which would mean buying all the research stuff. That would cost a lot, but you'd sort of buy things that boost that research as fast as possible, like heaps and heaps of potions, so it's going like double speed. So yeah, you wouldn't outright buy it, but you'd just buy the things that make it a lot more efficient. Have you said yet why you're leaving? No, I haven't. InRush was a big Supercell YouTuber. So he's and I'm almost certain that is the same one, because there's just, you wouldn't, an impersonator would not just be playing this game and have the max account. It's almost guaranteed to be him. Orange Juice. I just search orange. Boom, this one here. So 50. Oh, he hasn't moved up in XP, I don't think. No, he was that, but then he should be dropping. I could actually just join it. Although I don't think it shows all previous chat. But yeah, Henry, Drew. I don't know why. Yeah, it doesn't order them properly, but I'm pretty sure that he was the top one. So these, yeah, he's probably maxed out alongside Henry. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure there was one other person that was real high. I can't remember. That was on 50,000 as well, and but that Orange Juice was like slightly ahead by like 300. But I thought that, yeah, I was like, oh, interesting. So that's him there. Boom. Leave Solin. Yes, he was. Boom. So, yeah, we're slow. It's going to take so flippin' long. Like, they start to cost 10,000. 10,000 per every single individual thing. 10,000, and there's all these left to go. Which is like, that's not many, but it's like, yeah, 10,000, that's like, I'm not sure how, it's like, so, like, a lot of, like, divide that by 60, it's, I don't know, it was like a week or something. It was like a few days. It's like at least 3 days. And so then if I have the speedy lady on it, it will speed it up a bit. But I'm sure they'll update it before I actually get to the end, because that's so much. If people have been playing through January, February, March, April, June, that, like, some people did, then they would have made it. But, oh no, I played through June. But yeah, for those 5 months I didn't. If I'd spent those 5 months playing it, I would have maxed it out, which I would have liked, because then I would have been able to experience what it's like to max it out. But then the next update, they'll probably make it like, basically no one ever makes it. Like in Clash of Clans, some people were maxed out, which there's not that many though that have done that. I remember, man, back at Town Hill 10, like, yeah, and then they added 11 in 2015. I was like, whoa. But then there's people before that remember when they added Town Hall 10. It's like, wow, now that's like, I don't know if it's like 14 or something insane. Because, yeah, I remember people like, they'd rule out, like, in 2016, they were like, Town Hall 11 is never going to come. It was, I loved Clash of Clans back then. I reckon 2015 was its last best year, in my opinion. because yeah, I guess it's not been 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. It's not actually that old in terms of, yeah, but like just back then, as of 2015, it wasn't very old at all, and that was sort of, I reckon, its peak. And 2012 was extremely short because it wasn't even out on Android. Android didn't come out till a year later, which is crazy. So there'd be disproportionately high amount of iOS players, I reckon. Although that over this many years would have probably dissipated, but I reckon it'd still be there disproportionately, a little so. But yeah, because 2012 was hardly out because it only came out in August of that year. So basically, 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2013 it wasn't even out on Android. So the only full 2 years were 2014 and 2015 were on both, and they were beautiful years. Like they added Clan Wars in 2014. I remember that. I mean, maybe I probably was there for when they added Town Hall 10, unless they added it within a few months. Because I got it, yeah, Clash of Clans. Oh, it was so much fun. So much fun. How long within did I get it? I'm not sure. I definitely had Clash of Clans as of 2013, possibly 2012. But yeah, so yeah, it was anyway. But so I think that it was such a good game. 2015 was, I think, my last, like my favorite year of. Because I mean, in 2017 I was playing it as well, and then I stopped last year. But I even through the whole of 2020, I sort of just very rarely played it. It was sort of like, it was like a chore. It was like, oh yeah, I need to and that, but it wasn't good. I should just stopped. But yeah, so we've got these three, which isn't actually much, and we even know three of them. Like 3 of them will be those potions, so 1, 2, 3, and then 2 of them will be those houses, 1, 2, and then there'll probably be a lot of upgrades involved. But there's not actually, I could almost figure it out, because we know all the products, so it will just be upgrades. And I could count. I could be like, okay, it gives you so many housing upgrades, because we're already up to 8, and then that will be 9, 10. So we can max out the house, get 10 houses, and we only just made it to skill level 6. So before that it'd be 5, and we could have level 10 houses. But I don't know what level the wood goes to actually, so I don't know how many upgrades there are, but for each thing. But yeah, it's very valuable, I find, to be able to see it, rather than originally I just upgrade just to the one I needed. But now it's like, oh, it's super helpful. It doesn't allow me to upgrade anymore, so I don't know why that is. I wonder if maybe you have to upgrade into one of these ones before you can upgrade the next one, but that will be helpful to see. There used to be a sort of a glitch thing with the planks, and you'd upgrade it before you actually got, but you'd upgrade it before that you got the planks, even though you needed the planks to upgrade it. Was that was that one, the brickyard? Oh, the brickyard. Oh, the planks here. That's a level up. That one there, the planks here, sawmill. That was ages ago. People had that problem. I only played Heyday with Supercell. No time to do more. It's a lot of games. I like Clash Clans, but I prefer Brawl Stars. And Clash Quest has some crazy. People have been getting really high records in that. It's real interesting. I would have loved to have been like Taz. I was thinking about it the other day. I think the day before yesterday. It was like sad how. If only Rush wasn't taken off. I was actually good at that. I was so enthusiastic, so motivated. I was so excited, and I just put so much effort in. And even if I then like dropped off, like, it's just 2 hours a day. Actually, wasn't that much of a commitment. Like, it's not that hard to do 2 hours a day. It was like a healthy amount. It wasn't too much. That was sort of through October and November. It was just so. And then I remember December. It's like, oh, it was sort of like my life sort of was like after. It was sort of like they say, I've read about that with. Was it? I'm not sure if it's depression or whatnot, like people view it in terms of pre-depression or post-depression. It was almost like that, not regarding the depression in that, in terms of the Rush Wars, but it was like it was like pre-Rush Wars and post-Rush Wars sort of thing. It was that much of a thing. I mean, pre-Rush Wars was Battlelands. I was doing a lot of Battlelands. And then, I mean, it wasn't before long, because I'd just been on the Finland trip in the end of May / early June, and then I was doing, like, lots of Battlelands still, and then as of the end of August, I picked up Rush Wars, and then boom, that was crazy, and then through September, that was insanely full on with that, and then October, I ended up doing a huge amount, because I was streaming every day, plus then 3 videos a day, so it was like about 100 videos that month, and huge amount of hours of doing that. But, I mean, the amount of time spent on Rush was sort of like healthy. It was like 2 hours. I was sort of just like pushing a little bit. I mean, it could have pushed more. I felt like I must have hit like a really healthy rhythm with that. There's like a pattern in it with the troops. It's like 1, 1, 3, 1, 1. If you add 2 more, I'll get. That would then, because we're 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 7. No, I'll get 3 more. Oh, I've still only got 7. Is that real? Because then I can have it 1, 1, 2, and then 4, and then. Oh wait, no, 3. Oh yeah, add 2 more. Oh, see, there'd be like to do like a pyramid scheme. Anyway, so yeah, with the thing Rush. Yeah, so sort of then after it's like, and it come December 2019, I'm like, oh wow. So like Rush Wars is done, it's finished, and then it wasn't actually that long before the Heyday Pop came along. But I didn't, I it was alright, but I sort of I just thought this is not going to succeed globally, and after Rush Wars, I'm like, nah, I'm done. I mean, even I remember February 2020, I was going to make a video about how, like, much I thought YouTube was going to be wonderful in doing YouTubing, and how it really wasn't, and how it's so disappointed and so gutted, and putting so much effort, and so many of my videos just failed, and you just put in more and more effort, but your videos would get the same amount of views or less views. It was just like, oh, it was not nice. But yeah, so I didn't end up making that video, but that was all around that time. But then it was sort of come December 2019, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I did the Heyday Pop for a bit, and then I stopped that fairly early. Although I was one of the first to get to to hit that league thing. I wasn't the first, but I was one of the first, so that was cool. I wish it was just an overall leaderboard rather than a whole heap of separate ones. I took a few images of who I could find that published it, that posted about that, which generally the most enthusiastic people were. There'd be some that would do it privately. Sort of like that player in Battlelands, that Polish player that I never found, like called like Simbata or whatnot, one of the top players, but I never was able to contact them. I played with like the top 3 people of Battlelands for like all the first 6 seasons, which was insane. Like, I specifically made it my goal to do so, but the fact that I was able to contact them, like people all around the world. I mean, most of them were on Discord, so it was easy, but the odd one was on like Facebook, but then I'd connect to someone that knew them through Discord, and then they'd tell that person, and then we got a game, and that was beautiful. I mean, playing with Rico was so exciting. Oh, this, I can just reminisce so much. Yeah, it was just awesome. It was awesome. But yeah, anyway, so then I got banned after not long after Heyday Pop, so it was just a big period of nothing. I tried out for the Frontier Battlelands thing, but I didn't actually get into that. And I no longer actually have communication with Supercell, so then I didn't get into that. I assume that people that were in that got straight into it. I don't know that, but yeah, and that, which is actually to do with because I don't communicate with Supercell anymore. So the diamonds that I was going to give out for the Heyday thing, all those competitions I ran, I actually, I am not able to give them out until I have, which I don't have communication with Supercell. So I'm unable to give out those diamonds, all those videos, because if you look back, there was the video in which we went to Finland and the cake competition, and 4 of us won, and then we got 1,000 diamonds each in that, and so then as that, we were allowed to do competitions. So I did the competitions and that, and then, yeah, and then I got banned, so that was the problem, because I wondered, I thought, there could be like literal legal issues regarding the competition. Like, if I did a massive competition, right, on YouTube, and just said, okay, so in order to enter, you have to pay $100, and these are all the requirements and that, and all these people did huge amounts in that, and then my channel got banned, and I just got in hundreds of dollars, and didn't have the details anymore because it was, for example, maybe I made a membership tier on YouTube that was $100. I mean, and if I had notifications off for email, so I didn't get it, and it was like $100, and in order to participate, you had to become a member, and let's say, like, 50 people paid the $100 to become a member for this extremely extravagant reward, which might have been like $1,000, because the amount of people joining it would cover it anyway. Actually, I had a similar idea about this a long time ago, like having this reward. It was sort of like almost like a gambling stream, in the sense that it would be like like the reward would be like $1,000, and whoever bidded the most super chats would get to win the reward. But then it would be, and the reward would keep increasing by the same amount that there was X. So the reward will keep increasing every time there was a super chat. So it would increase by, let's say, 50% of the super chats every time someone bidded $1. Then it would go like so the reward would go from $100 to $100.50. But then 2 people bidding would mathematically keep going up. Then the top person would end up winning it, and then you'd have it like the equivalent of a thing called Trade Me. So there'd have to be a full like minute or hour elapsed of no one bidding before then it closed, and whoever had done the most super chat bids of at least $1 would win the massive prize. But then I'd get a heap of money as well, because then the person, the second, third, fourth, and fifth would end up with nothing, but they would have bidded heaps. So, and I thought potentially I could be there commentating it, saying okay, and just updating the totals all the time if I hadn't got a program to do it. That was just sort of an idea I had, but I thought, nah, that probably, I don't know if that's, I haven't thought through the whole thing ethically. It's sort of like gambling, but then it's not like a gamble in the sense that it's totally open on, this is literally the rules. You just pay $1, you can see exactly how much they're bidding, but it's sort of like a bidding, it's sort of, anyway. So there's that, and then there's, I don't even know if that would be against YouTube's terms of service, so I didn't do that. But anyway, my point was, if you've done a program, you set up a thing, and in order to enter, it was $100, or you had, it doesn't, not even totally free of gambling, totally, like, there's no specific reward, but just like, you had to fulfill, like, you said, okay, if you've been a member at $100 for 12 months, months, then I'll give you this massive package with all this stuff, all this merch, everything in that, with all my details, all signed in that. And then YouTube just cancelled your account, and you could no longer view any of that data. And let's say you hadn't got the email notification, so you had no clue who your members were. They could then, I don't know what would happen. Because if you got, like I got banned and that, someone falsely reported me, got me banned. And then I think that's what happened. And so, yeah, so then you lost your account. Then these people, they'd be absolutely furious. And I mean, I guess YouTube would have a clause maybe saying that if you miss out, if it's terminated, then you can't get it. Because then I'd say, well, I can't actually physically give them the items in that, because YouTube has banned my account and I can't see any of that data. So I can't fulfill the payment requirement that they said. So I don't know what would happen, because they'd be absolutely furious. But it's like, who do they sue? Do they sue YouTube, or do they sue me? And they couldn't sue me because I'd be like, well, I have no clue. I want to give it to you, but I can't access the data. YouTube has got me banned and that. And I mean, this is the case with the diamond thing. Well, in terms of, well, yeah, because I couldn't see who had commented or anything. So that whole, I then couldn't fulfill the competition. And so if I'd made a massive requirement, like, let's say you have to comment every day on my videos for at least one comment for 365 days, and let's say it took them a minute each day to do that, so they'd spent 6 hours worth of commenting on my channel, 365 days, and then it's like, oh, sorry, he's been banned, you can't get. That is like, that's unethical, that's wrong, because you've just given it, you said this is the requirements to enter. Someone's then donated, like, spent all their time, not donated, they've said, okay, I'm gonna compete for this because it's worth it. And they invest all this time, or invest actual money if you have it, like, you have to be a certain tier. And then if YouTube ban you, it's like, well, I can't fulfill it. And that's insanely unfair. Especially if you had hundreds, if even one person does it, it's unfair. But if you had hundreds of people doing that, and you just, especially if you got money, because you had to do a tier. You said, oh, it only works like if you comment every day for a year, and you also are a membership at $100 in that. So you'd earned hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars from this, and then YouTube banned it in that. That'd be insanely unjust, but you couldn't actually, since all the payment goes through YouTube, you couldn't actually resolve that. So I don't know what would happen, and if they legally would have grounds to sue. I mean, I don't know who they would, if that's a YouTube or me, but I think YouTube would definitely not allow themselves to be sued, because they would have then made a clause saying that they have free all responsibility. But then I would think that they would legally, because yeah, just because it's syndicated through YouTube, you would still be legally required to fulfill that thing. But if you can't do it without that information from YouTube, then I don't know what would happen. And unless the law requires, yeah, because it was, I don't know, if you'd had a massive thing, especially if it was like a huge thing, and someone had paid like thousands of dollars, let's say, because it's an absolutely massive thing. Like, you had to be a membership for, let's say, 2 years at the maximum $169 or whatnot, and it was a huge amount of money that poured in for, like, this massive reward. Like, it's giving away like a Tesla car with $100,000 and that. I mean, it's kind of crazy if you're doing that through YouTube, but it could be done. And so I don't know, I just think that then to be massive, people would be furious, rightfully so. They'd be like, well, I've just lost out on thousands of dollars for this. That's so unjust. So I don't know what would happen, because then it would be like, well, you can't sue me because I would give it to you, but YouTube has locked all that data, so I can't view it. And likewise, yeah, I don't know what would happen. Anyway, there's just some theoretical, because I wondered these dilemmas with, I have promised to give you, well, to do the diamond giveaway and say, after a year, I'll give the diamond giveaway. And then I was banned. So then at the end of the time, I was banned throughout, like, months and months and months after. But people would, and if I'd had a really high requirement of how much effort you had to put in, I mean, because, yeah, some of them you had to watch the whole video, and it was like 20 minutes and that. And then if they only did that for the sole purpose of going to the competition, they'd be like, well, you just wasted 20 minutes of my time. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I would have fulfilled it, but then I was banned on YouTube. Now the problem is that I haven't got communication with Supercell, so I can't fulfill those $100 diamond things. So, yeah. And let's go back to the chat. Arnav, welcome to the stream. Supercell of the games. Great to be back. Just finished long rehab after injury. Now, have you been good? I've been good. And sorry, I just see your messages now. I bet that would be a legal mess. Yeah, especially because there literally could be potentially thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, technically you'd have unlimited, but that would be insane. But you easily have in the thousands of dollars worth involved. Potentially tens of thousands of dollars. If you had like a massive scheme through YouTube and you had huge amounts of people that were paying huge amounts prices there, I mean, you probably wouldn't do it through YouTube because YouTube takes 30%. But if you did, and there's people paying like there's like 100 or 1,000 people paying $100 a month, and you had huge prizes that you were giving out, it's sort of like a raffle. I mean, it could be a profitable thing to do it like that. But yeah, and then yeah. It's sort of like insurance, kind of gambling, kind of, yeah, but you wouldn't have to do it that way, but anyway, yeah, the point was that. Clash of Clans. Yeah, yeah. Clash of Clans on, yeah. They haven't got valleys and villages listed. I don't know. I think I put Clash of Clans when I was doing Clash Quest because it was the most similar game. For some reason I want to be on the stream now. Via Discord chat. Well, not right now. But hopefully in the Clash Quest stream. But yeah, I don't know. I got really talking about that, didn't I? And yeah, honestly, the Heyday updates, I just can't stand them, man. I just can't. I mean, I'm not sure if when I used to do them, I definitely was overly positive. I was more positive about them than what I actually was. But some of them, like that Maggie update in 2018, I remember it was just before I left for a cruise ship. I was so like, I was just insane. Like, I genuinely was just so thrilled. It's so cool sort of capturing these audio moments from like when I was younger and that. Like, I was genuinely so excited with the Maggie thing. Like, I remember staying up at night. I was oh, it's so beautiful. I was not here. I was at a different house. I was at my parents' house and that. And it's just like staying up, and I was like, oh, I need to get sleep because they're going on the cruise tomorrow. And I didn't know when the update was coming out because you had updates and then you're waiting, and then it's like open it. And I just remember, and it had that beautiful thumbnail that was so good for it, and it was just, I was so excited. I was like, yeah, and I remember uploading it, and the views coming in back then. I was like, oh my goodness, it was so exciting, man. It's just, oh, it makes me so excited, but then also it sort of like breaks my heart of how wonderful it was, how excited it used to be, and how it's no longer the case. But that was genuine, man. I was so like, oh, I just love that so much. It's like, yo, Maggie, I was so excited, man. It's just like, right now, you can tell, I'm just like, yo. It was like so, oh, I just loved it, man. I just loved it. But these days, I mean, just for like a year, ever since the Valley, I've just basically stopped liking Heyday updates. I just really haven't. Like, I'd like it when they add new products, but if that's all they do in an update that I like about it, it's like, nah, man. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because I've stopped doing Heyday now. I'm genuinely not. I mean, I guess since I've stopped doing Heyday, then I've sort of like had more mind space, and it sort of changed to it. Like, okay, let's just be honest about things and whatnot. I mean, back then, yeah, it was an exaggeration of how excited I was about it. Like, I wasn't just saying like, I think this update is amazing, and I just thought it was absolutely terrible. Like, yeah. But hey, and Cubit, welcome on Trovo. Yeah, Clash of Clans. I was talking about Clash of Clans earlier. But yeah, but these in the last, ever since the Valley, which is ages ago. Yeah, that was like 2019. We're talking about it on the trip, so yeah, that was like 2 years ago. I just have not liked Heyday updates since. And I honestly am not just saying like, oh, well, I don't play Heyday, so therefore everything Heyday is bad. That's not the case. I just genuinely just don't like them. It's just like, it's just been Valley stuff, and I didn't like the Valleys, so yeah. And it's just a weird, yeah. But that Maggie, back in the day, 2018, will have been April. Oh, I was just so excited, man. I loved it. I was so happy. And it's such a shame that it's not the case anymore. I mean, Battlelands is same in 2018 Battlelands. I was just so pumped about it. I just loved it. Like, yo. I didn't even really cover the update video. I mean, I did do updates in the later stage. I don't know if I did for like season 2. I think I probably did. But, oh man, I just loved it. It's just so sad, man. It's like a stab to the heart, because you remember how wonderful things were and how it's not that anymore. So some people, it's like, oh, you know, yeah, but it's like, to me, it's like, that hurts. It hurts so bad thinking about how wonderful it was, because it's no longer the case. So yeah, happy memories are stabs to the heart. I love the Super Saiyan excitement. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I find it hard to get that excited anymore. I mean, just talking about it, I did, but I want a game that I love that much again, and I know it exists, and I feel like I have the capacity to get back to that level of excitement. Like, Rush Wars, man, I loved Rush Wars, and Heyday, I loved Heyday, and it's like, and Battlelands, I loved Battlelands. I really loved them, and so it's like, but no longer the case, I mean, well, yeah, Clash Quest maybe in the middle of the night, like, yeah, I'm not, yeah. I'll see when, there we go. Need to go, when do you think Clash Quest? So it will be, like, maybe 12 hours away, maybe, it might be much less, it might be 8 hours away. I'm not sure exactly, but it's not going to be until at least 6 PM New Zealand time. Oh, these memories, man. Oh, I listen to the song Arcadia every night, basically, when I go to sleep now, for the last week. The Fat Rat. It's just such a nice song. Like, I have the electric blanket on 3 out of 3, and then like I go to bed, turn it off, just lie there as I fall asleep and just listen. It normally finishes before I'm asleep, but it's just like, oh, it's such a good song. Like, it's Rush for Memories, even though it's not related to it, but it's just that same vibe of song. Which then has, like, his other ones, like, some things never change. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No, that's from Frozen. Not that one. It's, what's the other one from him? Oh, they guys finished creating the food. It was, you know the one, the Fat Rat, the old song. And it's like a picture of, like, with the lady with the sword. Memories like this never fade. Now they don't go away. No, yeah. Oh man, no, they repeated. That's your song. So yeah. Oh man, so much to think about. So yeah, this is the game. I'm just trying to think of everything. I've got all it. So basically, and Elijah's actually a biblical name. I was in Bible study this morning, and that was one of the names that was in the passage. So I've got one of them skilled in each. So I've got like one. I've got one for each of them. I've got them specialized. So we got researching Rebecca. We got Lumberjack Levette. Oh, that's under that one there. We got Clay Carolina. Sweet Caroline. We got Mountainous Mike. We got Architect Angus. And we got Layman Liam. Nah, what's a good name for? I tried to do names so I can remember. Close to the Sun, that's the one. Liam, I just ended up doing that. Well, sure there'll be one for Liam. Anyway, but I tried to name them accordingly. So I've got specialized names for each of them. So I can picture you dancing to it. There we go. That's the one. So I've got her specialized. So I've got one specialized in each, and then I've decided to just make Elijah multitasked on one of each of them because it's so cheap. It's only $1,000 anyway. But there's like, I mean, you're gonna have one. There's no real point having, like, if Liam's maxed out on the food thing, you just will keep him on food. You always have someone on food, and you always have someone on researching. So it doesn't really, with the researching one, there's slight validity in having two of them, just because when the other one's researching. But if you time it well, you should only ever need one really good researcher, because when you upgrade it, then that's when you research them. If the coins weren't a problem, then you could do that. So you only actually need to get one of them really well done in research, and that's basically the prime task in this game, just for the rest of the game, to be researching the whole time. But you only really need to upskill one of them in research, and then the food have worked out. Doing that one has huge advantage because you can do it. Oh no, the trader lady left. No! Oh, I lost all my wheat. That's sad. Okay, but I was gonna probably lose it when I left anyway, because they can do these ones for less, which is insane. So I will actually be upgrading more of them in that regard, because that is really beneficial. So yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done other ones for like brick and lumber. I reckon they'll come in the future ones. But yeah, that one's, you just want one person really well researched, like extremely so, because that's really important to get that, because that's a massive bottleneck. And then you probably want at least two, probably three people actually, by the time you have 10 of them, that are maxed out in the farmers, because then you have at least one. You probably have two of them non-stop on the food at that point, and then you have one of them that can, potentially 4 of them research in that, because you can. I mean, ideally you'd have all of them maxed out and everything, but I calculate it costs like 2.5 million coins or something, so you have to pick and choose what's the top priorities. And so in my view, it's a priority you have at least one of them maxed in all of those things if possible. And so that's what I've basically done. And yeah, and then I'll then be able to get other, and then there'll be 4 more, and then you have to decide, well, what are those 4 going to do? Now, those 4, if you're going to max out, you might as well have, so, and then I'd say, you wouldn't want 3 of them maxed in clay digging, I wouldn't think, because you could only have a maximum of 2 clay digging, same with the rocks. So, with those 4 more, I won't research them in that, meaning I might as well research them one of those other 5 things, and so I'll do at least 3 of them maxed out in farming, and then you could, because then eventually you can then add in, so you can get them researched in multiple things, so you can switch them around. But when you're in the short run, you have to pick and choose. So yeah, that is the situation. Go listen to Battlelands videos from Rumble on that has Monday. There we go, and another fave. That's the one. So, man, I was so creative with my Battlelands videos back in the day. Pardon me. I was genuinely really happy with the sort of things I'd come up with. But that's not always the case. I'm not always happy with what I come up with. So I'm not like everything I do is amazing, because that's definitely not the case. Most of my videos are below average compared to the average person that edits them. But in terms of the thumbnails and the ideas, I think I was really, really happy with some of the concepts I'd come up with. Okay. And it's just like high quality footage, 1080p, and decently commentated in my opinion. So this here is that, and then okay, now we're done with that. It is, yeah. Oh, so this is the reputation road. Oh, yeah, I could actually open these chests. Oh, I could do that, which compensates me being able to stay. So let's try. Let's say that one. What is in it? Oh, that's so pathetic. That's so pathetic. That is so pathetic. Surely, what about a big reward chest? Surely that's got to be massive. Gold at least. Oh, here we go. Oh, we get... Oh, no, but... No, then we're maxed out. 90 of them. Surely coins. What? They don't even give you coins! That's pretty... Oh, that's really annoying, actually, because now we've maxed out that. That's a pain. Because I often run... These things are in balance, so I hit different ones. So this one here is real low, whereas those two I'm constantly maxing out on, which means I have to... Oh, this one I'm just going to start maxing out on as well. But these also, that's probably because I'm using the ones that cost like 4 or 3 of these, which then drop it. Because I like to do the researching ones, so that's why we're low on mandrakes. But those two, yeah, keep maxing out, whereas this one is slightly lower. This is I try and get the most efficient ones, which are the bigger ones. So ideally, I just do these two here, and definitely the researchers one as well. So those 3 things get rid of that. Although that's why, because I've been making heaps of them, that I haven't been getting rid of the black feathers. Black feathers. Black feathers. There's no way to actually get rid of them fast. Interesting. I didn't notice that. And those ones. Yeah, actually, there's a real. None of them even require black feathers. So when I was making them like that, I wasn't even getting them. So they'll only get rid of 1. No wonder. I guess though, if I get making heaps of the other things, it will drop black feathers. But there's none of them even use 2. I'm sure one of these 3 will. Or those ones. But, yeah. I don't like making that one because it uses up 4 of them. And I like to use those for... I don't want to run them out of that. Although that's... Yeah, that would be... Yeah, so I build this one a lot, as you can see. And, yeah. I sort of... Because I have to get rid of the things and get rid of the moss. To get rid of the moss, I normally use that one. So I use that one to get rid of the moss. And then I use this one to get rid of the... This one to get rid of the acorns. And then this one to get rid of the mandrakes. And then what's the other resource? Those clovers just run out by themselves, and those shell things. Back in the day, we used to have the shells on the early levels, but then they changed it. Then the black things you don't normally need. So then I'm basically building this one, and this one. I used to build a few of them, but that's getting rid of those things too fast. Okay. Will that be over now? I actually have over in quite a lot of... Yeah, 31 now. One of them. Yeah, so they don't even provide coins. They can't even compensate staying in this valley. That's really annoying, actually. Oh, maybe some of the other ones will have really good potions in them. I'm not sure. Supersight would say pathetic. I've said it now. There we go. Was that regarding some of my videos? I like your data. Yeah, I like them as well. I really like them. The first one I ever did was probably my favourite one, which I watched the other day, which was the Battlelands one, that when I first figured out the program. It took me a while to get my head around Flourish Studios. I was going to do a video on how to use it, which would have been such a good, popular video, I reckon. There's a lot of videos it's going to do. It's kind of, I was thinking this morning how, man, we've barely been playing this game. There's just so much to talk about. I was thinking this morning how there's actually so many paths in life that actually work. And that well, definitely not all equal. There's a hang of a lot. The majority of different ways that you could go are bad paths. But... even within the he's like, I could have, if I wasn't banned off YouTube, I could be doing 24/7 streams right now, but I couldn't really fund, because I bought computers that I couldn't then fund a room to then have them going and hire them out or use them for 24/7 streaming. Some of them, I got some of them going, but then I got banned, so then I couldn't do any of that. And there's just so many different paths I could have taken, or if Rush Wars had worked out, then I would have been doing that. And all these different things that could have happened that haven't happened. But that doesn't mean that the current way you're going is wrong. But it's sort of weird. I guess you just have to be sort of content with all these... and all these videos I would have made. So many. And I would have done game review. Like, heaps of game reviews. Like, there's tens and tens and tens of games, probably, that I would have covered that I no longer have because I was banned. So all these games I never will know exist because of that. It's really strange. There's so many things. Yeah, so many different potential paths. And it's sort of, I don't know. It's sort of hard to accept. It's like, oh, that path would have been a good one as well, but I guess I'm on this one. So yeah, and then there's like sadness in the paths that didn't work out, like the Rush Force one. That like, So man, the fact that I keep talking about it, obviously you can tell that it means, and I mean, I'm not talking about it so that you like, oh, I just want people to know that it means a lot to me. It just comes on. I'm not talking about it more than I otherwise would. I mean, I talk about games more than I would in normal life because it's this gaming audience. But as in, I obviously like it is a thing I think about lots. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so this is the situation. It is a very nice valley. So in fact, I'll go through. So basically, I'll just summarize the problem. The problem is I'm out of coins. I'm just bankrupt, and there's no way to get them. There's the auto stars, but I just sort of get them all, and that's just real. It's not that many, and it's just you replenish. So I'm basically full on every single item. Just the salt's a bit down, which will be up again, and some of them are over, like, so that's max, but these are tiny bit under, which I can immediately just get back up. But maxed on honey, on apples, on eggs, on wheat, those ones are often maxed anyway. Those two there. But wheat, and then on this thing, which is what the villager can do, and all the whole bakery, all of those items are maxed out, and I can't research new ones yet. It takes a while. And then if you come over here, the potion ingredients, that's separate because you never have exactly balance unless you are wasting them. Because you have to get under the limit, or it doesn't let you collect your rewards. Oh, it does, but only up to that amount, but that would waste them. Got max on indigo, cotton, and wool, which are all villager-created things. Got maximum on figurines, pottery, and statues. Got maximum on all of the things I can do in there. Just 3 more of them, which would be like maybe within 24 hours I'll be maxed on the dyes as well. And all of these things have extra as well. So and all the resources on planks, and on food, and on brick, and on wood, and on rock, we are all maxed out on all of those things, and that is the problem. And this has been like this for about 48 hours now. I have all these villagers, and there's absolutely nothing they can do. Absolutely nothing. Everything possibly that they can do is absolutely maxed. There's absolutely nothing. On top of that, to make matters worse, is regarding the statue thing, which started 4 days ago. For about like a day, it's like a heyday, and there's all these awesome tasks that you can do. And then there's the majority of it, which is like over 2 days. There's just these few really hard tasks that I can't do. I can do like the wood ones and that, and I can do the clay ones and the rock ones, but the other one, and I can do a brick one that's like 300. But if there's brick ones which are 1,000 or even 500 or more, I can't mathematically do them unless I use the potion thing. And I'm not sure if I could do it then, but then it would mean that only every 6 hours, for example, it does it, so I'd have to wake up in the night just to complete that task, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that. That might be the case that I can do it, and in this case, there's 600 these ones, which I can't do, and it's just this massive period of time where you have like a day, we get like most of the tasks done, probably, or a huge amount of them, within like 24 hours, like there'll just be all these people with maxed out resources, and the second there's all these tasks, they'll go boom, 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 and just like, and then assuming you can upgrade this again, then there would be like if there's a 200 brick task, then they can instantly do it. And if they have wood storages of like 300 or 400, they can just instantly do some of those tasks. So everyone just goes through and boom, 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 and all 10 of us just like, and like most of the huge amount of the tasks are done in a very short amount of time. And it's just all these really hard ones left. And then there you go, there's the music, Lynn. The waves. Boom. On that one. Trovo. So, and then it's just really hard. And it's just like days of just, like, I'd say maybe a day, maybe 2 days, you have, like, these good tasks. And then it's just, like, the next 2 to 3 days, it's just real hard tasks that only, like, the top members in the valley can do, or the only top few, I can't do them, so then I just can't get any coins from that. So I can't get coins from that. The auto tasks, I get a few, I know, and that's only reputation anyway, so I get a bit of that, but then I can't use I can't be participating in doing stuff with that, so then I can't actually upgrade my villagers. I can't use them for that. And then with the coins, there's the auto tasks, which you get a little bit, but they really don't give you that many. There's the boats, but there's only like, let's say, two boats coming per day, because this is just sitting here for 16 hours, and then of that, and then if you can do approximately 7 each, then 2 people eat per boat, and the whole thing's maxed out. So unless you're online right at the time, you normally boom it's full, and there's all these people, there's 10 of us, and only enough for 4 boats per day, and even 1 boat per day is not enough coins. So there's a huge starvation, because they only fulfill 4 people per day, not to the extent that they should be fulfilled, because that's only 7 out of 24 hours worth that you actually getting those tokens, because you get 1 token per hour, and you fill up those 7, and so there's more that you could use if you had more capacity, although you may end up maxing out the goal, but you definitely don't at 7, you're still not enough, and so you don't, and then there's 10 people, and it's only enough for 4, so it's severely, and then the events are sometimes that they are helpful in that, but there's sometimes only like there might be like 15 tasks or whatnot, and people can do 3 each, so only half the valley actually gets to do any of those tasks. There's often crate filling ones that give a few, but they're very quick. If it was during the middle of the night, by the time you're woken up, most of them will be done. Potentially, I'm not sure if mathematically all of them, but, oh, she's gone now. Does it even allow you to view her? No, it takes her away from the chat as well. So, but yeah, if it was like, there might be like 60 tasks in that, and I don't know, if we have 3 each, and then it started like right when you went to bed, which isn't always the case, and it wouldn't normally be exactly then, but then if you have the other 9 of them all do 3 tasks, that's 27, so it's like half done, and then 3 hours later, boom, the whole thing's complete. Now that would be in the optimal, worst situation for you, but even if it starts like 2 hours into you sleeping in that, and you have 5 of them online that do like a quarter of the tasks, and then most of them are done by the time you're awake, 8 hours later. In that case, 6 hours later. So, yeah, and then you get none. Which isn't, you often get some, but not nearly enough. And so you just constantly, this bottleneck of coins, and there's all these people that are all starved of coins, and they're all trying, even especially, so that's why when their boats come, you'll see like 2 or 3 people's eyes pop online, because they've set timers. I set timers to make sure, like, I put alarms on just to make sure that I get it, and it'll just be like, it's like Luigi in the pit stop in Cars, and so he came in, Lightning McQueen is like vroom, and then people, and then Luigi's like just like and it's like vroom, and off he goes. It's sort of like the boat just comes in, and then to be serviced, and then like there's like me and one other person, and like one time there's me and I think the top leader on, and I was like, oh no, because so we're both on it, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta just absolutely do it. So I come on, I was like, I didn't, because some of them higher coin value than others, so there's like 500 coins for some, 700 for others, and I want to do the 700 ones as long as I can do them. And so I just came in and I was like without even really checking, and I checked it just enough to see that it was one that I can actually do, because if you get a task of an item you can't do, then you're stuffed. But if it is like one like that and that, so I just like, and then there's one that's autofill now ever since the update, so I just like and it only done 1, and I just like maxed out like 6 or 7 of them. It was like it was so funny. It was just like, because we're both waiting, this is the leader and that, and then as soon as it comes, I just like tap, and it was like boom 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 boom, and it's like Luigi's like and then he was just like just done 1, and I was like screw, and just absolutely cleaned it out, like all the tasks of the, like I did like 6 or 7 in that, and then he'd just done 1. I think there's a few more, so he's able to do it, but it was so funny. It was like, oh no, he might kick me out, because it's just like, I just cleaned out the task. Because there's normally about 12 to 16 that you can do. And then there's like almost always at least 1 or 2 that you can't do. Sometimes there's 6 you can't do. So therefore there's like 12. And if there's 12 and I'd done 7, then he'd have 5. But I was like, like just super quick. And it's like Lightning McQueen just comes in and is like, pit stops like, and he's like, just takes off. And so that'd be so funny. Someone that just hops online, they're like, oh, the boat's arrived. And they're going, like, oh, they see the boat arrive, and they're like they hop online, they see the boat arrive, and they're like, oh, cool. And they just zoom in, and then like 2 seconds later, it takes off for like, what? Like, it's just been serviced that quick, because there's so many people just like and it's like filled. And if they didn't have too difficult, oh, someone did do one of them, so it's just on that one. So there's the leader that did that. So yeah, then if you did have it that you could have that like if it did, then they would just come in like vroom, and then vroom. But yeah, it's definitely not balanced in how it's set up, so there's just a massive coin shortage, so I can't really get, and so often there'll be days that, like, and I didn't get today or yesterday or potentially even the day before, for like 3 days I've got no coins because I haven't been on the right time for the boat, so I'm basically just bankrupt. And so I got researched Rebecca, because I told them that I'm going to leave, but I wanted to have her maxed. I really wanted to have this guy maxed as well, because in the past I considered actually just leaving and just going through all these different valleys, just completing all the things like boom 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 boom, but then that's actually like sniping, because then that'd be really annoying for those people in that, and B, you could just set up your own one and just fill in all your own things in that. So I thought, oh yeah, I can do that, because potentially you could just come back to this one, and I don't know if they're not like that, but you could come back to it, and then you could research your troop just there, because they've got these things mixed in. It's a not very well thought through thing. I mean, I wonder if they kicked you when you're researching, what would happen if you'd be able to finish your research, if you lose all your coins, or if they couldn't kick you because you're researching. I don't know. Or with the leaders vote, if someone starts it, can you just kick out that person, and then they couldn't win anyway, even if they do win the vote? I don't know. But yeah, it's weird how, like, the benefit of being in the top ones is you have these cool research things which you can max them out, so people could just join them and just quickly research the troops and leave, because that's mainly the only benefit. And then you have these other things that you can get, these resources. I'm not sure what, there's a couple that you unlock via this thing, which is kind of weird. that other people can't normally get. Yeah, like the indigo, which is kind of weird. But then without the indigo, I guess I'll lose my indigo. Yeah, I do, because I left it once, and then you lose those resources, which is fine. But yeah, but then it's still stored if you rejoin that thing, which is really weird. Because you could sort of max out your account in multiple valleys, and so every time you join it, you sort of get... You just rotate and go to do it. But yeah, if you just joined like heaps of ones and just sniped all your tasks, they wouldn't like that. Although... Yeah, so it would just make... So I thought, well, I can just create my own one. Then potentially you could just jump back into these ones and just max out your troops when needed, because that's the main benefit. And plus, it's cool to be in the top one and see what the top players are using as their strategy. But in effect, the problem is that I'm just bankrupt. I'm out of coins. Like, I can't research my guys, even though I could, but I just can't afford to, because that's 6,000. I only have 3,000 here. And there's, like, this Mike guy, that one there... also can't afford it. He's in the valley as well. So I can't afford to upgrade the troops, and I also can't afford to get them. So if I was upgrading homes, then it'd be fine, because if I have enough coins, then all these guys wouldn't just be sitting there idle. But in the last 48, because in the previous, I've never had that. I've got almost close to it, maxing out the resources, but I'd never actually had them sitting idle, because I've actually been able to still do stuff. But in the last 48 hours, it's literally totally just done. And then, and there was a temporary time where part of the problem was I couldn't research fast enough, so then I couldn't upgrade them because of that reason. Although, as soon as the thing finishes, the grand statue, then it gives them all something to do. But after like a day, when the tasks are all too hard, then I'm stuffed again. But yeah, there was a time where, because I hadn't upgraded enough, then I couldn't do it. But now I think, due to the fact that, because back then it was sort of like, you'd just unlock one machine that then you'd build. So it wouldn't actually help that much. But when you get these things, upgrade all the houses, that gives them heaps of work to do. But now the problem is, I've just got no coins, and lots of other players don't really either, and so then I can't actually upgrade. Oh, actually, this one I can. I just obviously passed over that threshold by a tiny bit, but yeah, I wanted to upgrade the other guy, Liam, before I left, because otherwise you'll be in a new one, and then you can't upgrade any of them, which is a pain. But they still keep their upgraded status, so you sort of want to go to the high ones, be in a high hood, just to upgrade them. But yeah, so that's the problem, and so there's lots of people that are out of coins, and there's so much competition for any coins that you can get. But it's but before, I was getting just enough that I could keep them working, because the buildings were cheaper, and I was getting just enough, because there'd be some days that I'll get like 2 days in a row, I'll just get all of the boats, I'll get all 7, which will boost it right up. There's a point where I hit 16,000, maybe it was last 2 streams ago, which was rare, but I did do that. And so, but then, because I was like, well, I can keep them busy even if I'm not upgrading them, even though I'd like to upgrade them. But now it's to the point where it's been like this for 48 hours with none. And even if I do get a few coins, that's still, I'll be able to keep them sort of going for a bit on the upgrading the building, but then I can't upgrade any of them, and I'm still going to be in this constant coin shortage thing. And I really didn't want to leave this hood, because I really enjoy being in this valley with these people and that, and it's cool, but it's just, unless it's just now at this point, it's massively throttling my progress. Beforehand, it wasn't bad, because I could keep them all going. It's like, well, I can't upgrade them, which is a pain, because that would be more efficient for me to upgrade them, but at least they're working. But now, after 48 hours of literally half my workers, it's like, imagine if you're a country and your unemployment rate is over 50%. It's not good. It's not good. That's not very efficient. You're not getting nearly as much done as you should be getting done. And this is my situation here, having all these dudes that there's literally nothing they can do. Just, it's all max. There's nothing right now, technically I could upgrade this, but then I'd be bankrupt again, and then come after I've built that, then it'd be like, now what? So, and even when you upgrade, there's still bottlenecks, like then there'd be the plank thing, so you could get plenty of wood, but then, so you'd have 2 guys on wood, 1 guy's on planks, and you have 1 guy building. So you'd have a builder, a guy on bricks, a guy on that. Oh, then, yeah, they're potentially, because it's like a pyramid, because then you need the things that create that resource. It's kind of cool thing in how it all works and that. But yeah, so I love the efficiency of this game, but that wouldn't actually really solve the problem, because it's still, I want to upgrade my Liam and that to Nextling, but I need 6,000 coins, but then if I save up for that, then I'm just sitting all these guys out of work all this time. So yeah, that's the problem. That's in a nutshell. It's not balanced enough, so people just can't get enough coins to upgrade. And they made it even worse, actually, in the last update. I mean, they might have made those event things better, which are good, but they made it that the boat takes like, right, it used to take like an hour to come or something, but now it takes, I think it takes like 4 hours before the next boat comes. So it made it even worse. I don't know why they did that, but that's the situation. But most of those things in the update, when I first had these initial complaints, most of them is sort of fine, and that it's sort of, I mean, the boat thing is annoying, but what was the other problems in that? Oh, it reduced your progress in that. But mostly it's fine, even with that reputation road. Mostly it's fine. But yeah, the top play, it's not quite balanced yet, this game, but it's in beta, so yeah, that's fine. The top players are maxed out and can't really progress anymore because they've completed the whole game, and they didn't actually add in anything new. Well, they added a reputation road, but not really anything, because they'd already upgraded all that stuff, those that had hit 10,000 anyway, which was most of them. So it doesn't, and these rewards aren't even that good, so it didn't actually give them much. Oh, and there's nothing beyond rewards once you hit 28,000. So yeah, so at 28,000, which most of them are at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are at, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are most of the way there. Then there's like basically nothing except for these silly chests. So 1, 2 of them are on 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are 14. 1, 2, 3 of them are 13. 1, 12, 1, 11. I'm the lowest, so if they kick someone, it would be me. But they haven't. But yeah, I did actually tell them why I waited to open the presents. But yeah, I'll show you the chat in a while and talk through that. Although, man, we're running out of time. I think I'll go at like maybe 12 at the absolute latest. Oh, I'm feeling tired. You do need to make coins faster than that. Faster than honeybees make honey. Which is, if you could transfer the coins, I fixed it. I'll love Heyday and this game again. If you could transfer the coins from Heyday to this, yo, we are solved. But yeah, then that would fill two needs with one deed. That's, yeah, boom. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They'll probably be outlawed as an un-PC statement in a year. Not outlawed, but it'll be like an anti-vegan statement. I'm not sure. Maybe it already is. Anyway, that's okay. So here, so that's the problem. And the problem is there's just not enough coins. So there's the benefit of staying, because then I get to access all these things that I can upgrade, and it's cool to be part of the top valley in the world, be chatting with them and whatnot. And it seems that we've sort of got a fixed lead on pure UTOT. But then I made the hard decision. Actually, I'm going to leave, and I'm just going to go into my own valley in that, and just then I can get all the boat orders to myself every day. And one other option I did consider is that I could purchase the biggest deal. I mean, the devs would listen to this and be like, no, he almost purchased it. He's so close. It's like, I almost did, but I didn't. And so that would then be even worse for me. And when I buy big, so I would have bought the biggest deal. And I thought what I could do is then, I could do that, and then I could go to a private, I could just create my own one in that, my own valley thing, and I'd just summon all these ships, the coin heavy one. So this one here, and I get glimmering dales, and I go boom. Although you get, yeah, that's right, true, you get better benefits with this, you get a better shipping rate. So that's even more reason why to stay. That's another reason I didn't think of, to stay in the current thing, because if you go like that, trade partners, you have like 30% more coins versus, oh, did they? No, they didn't change that. Versus in your own one at 0. But then I thought I'd create my own one, and I could just summon a whole heap of ships, which are cost gems, but then I could get enough coins, and then I could sort of just come back to this one with enough coins, and every time I depleted in coins would go away, and just get in some more ships and then get the coins. Or alternatively, you could just buy the coins, but I'm pretty sure it's a better rate to do it the other way. Then there'd be a lot of time that I wasn't actually in the valley. Oh yeah, the researchers one, that would be 3-star? Yeah, it's pretty good. And that one there. Oh, it's interesting they don't have the 2-star. They only have it if you tap on it, which is kind of weird. Unless they have different names. Tonic. Yeah, I think they probably have different names, but not enough that people would know. Yeah, brew, mixture. Oh, mixture brew. At least they're consistent. Oh, no, because that's called broth of fullness, where some of them are called tonics. Anyway, so, yeah, so I made the hard decision. I think I'm going to, I am going to leave right now, and I was going to do the final one to showcase the valley, and the awesome valley it is, and it has been fun being here. I have enjoyed being here. It's been a good one, and it's a shame. If they update the game and make it, like, work, then I'll happily return. Yeah, most people have very spread out bases, whereas my one is, the bases look massive. I don't know how it looks so massive. Does my one honestly have that much space? It really doesn't seem like it. And thank you, Swarren, for interacting with the YouTube. Oh, they're all there. I was like, where are they? I guess if I removed a big layer, I guess it would. It just, mine looks so much smaller. Much more tree. Much more environmentally sound. Okay, there we go. So come over here. Boom. That's that. Showcasing their awesome valleys. Awesome buildings and that. So yeah, I think I am going to leave. I am going to leave, which is a shame. But if they change the update, so then there's more balance. But it's definitely not balanced at the moment. There's just masses of us with huge coin deficiencies. And also there's this people that like some people could easily you could just survive on just going around sniping other people's chests. And I mean, at this point, so many AFK people, you wouldn't actually have to go to live hoods to do it. So you just go through and just fill up all these things. Well, yeah, because it's free to keep changing hoods and that, although they might cap it and you can only change X amount per time. But you just keep doing all these orders, or just create your own one in there, and then go to the top hoods when you want to upgrade your troops and just put them in there. It's kind of weird how you have to be in a top hood in order to upgrade your troops. I think they'll change that, because that's... I mean, because then it sort of gives a benefit, though, to the hood that you've worked hard to get that ability, but then they should have a cooldown period or something on, which is annoying, like, if you're just, like, wanting to actually just whip in there, get the benefit, and it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of weird how they restrict it to those people, because then it's not actually of a cost to the top valley, especially if they had 10, it's a valley of 10, they only have 8 people in it, and then there's a 9th, so it's not, that person hasn't filled up the final slots, and you legitimate players can join it if they want to, so it's just like, hey, can I please join your hood and just upgrade my troop, and then I'll leave, and I promise I won't fill up any of your food things or anything like that. There'd be no reason really for them to say no. They'd be like, yeah, sure, you can upgrade your troop, unless they thought, yeah, it's unfair that there's heaps of people that would want to upgrade their troops, but, so then, in that reason, it would be fair if they said, no, actually you can't, because lots of people would want to do that, but yeah, I think that's all of them that I've showcased. Maybe Paradise over here. Oh, I did do his. Oh, my voice is sore, man. But yeah, so I've made the hard decision that I am going to indeed leave, but yeah. Ross. Oh, you see, thank you for being part of the stream. We've got 100 messages. It took a while. We got it. Seems dodgy to me. You need to be able to make you do. Otherwise, then it's just like, it's just not... It's huge. Now that I'm losing half my workforce is out, then I'm massively throttled, and it's even worse because this guy's on. He's out like probably 50% of the time, Liam. So it's basically, as soon as the assault's done, we'll have one person just researching away, and everything else is a complete grinding halt until I can get coins again. So this is what I. These are the messages, by the way. This is going back. Turn on notification. Oh, I've chatted since then. Oh yeah, I did showcase that thing that was... Just Warren went away. Offer psychological counseling for the helpers. That is good, yes. That was good. Here's some brilliant ones. I tweeted one out, actually. Who knows, my tweet could be viral and I have no clue. I don't check Twitter most days. I had noticed it before. Yeah, those lines. So 1k. Oh yeah, this one had no. So I was like, I wonder if they, but I don't think they have because they hadn't done an update. Although they could do server-side changes or whatnot. So yeah, I said, well done for hitting level 12. You had 2.5 times my amount. Yeah, because they were so disproportionately high in the reputation points, considering we're the same level. Our official only member's still 11 now. I was still thinking now I might get kicked. I'm halfway into level 12, but then again, it's beneficial to them if they have low-level players, because then they have to do harder tasks, but then the low-level players can't complete as many tasks as them, or like get the same orders. I'm halfway to reach. That's the nice thing about being the highest in a hood. It's sort of like in Heyday. Like, oh, what was the game? In the Derby, there's tasks that only you could do, which could actually kind of inconvenient. But if there's orders where you get coins, it's like, yeah, only I can get that one. But then what you do is you do all the low ones. So then then the high ones that are hard only you can do, but then you competed for the earlier ones. I haven't been on Twitter in several months, I don't think. Boom. It's unnecessary to go on Twitter. So I'm halfway into that, but then there's a lot of people on it, so it's like Elon Musk. Going strong, just at 5 digits, yeah, got to 10,000. Seriously advanced compared to 6 levels ahead on the statue, yeah. And I calculate it, so about 28 days. So, yeah, about a month worth of progress ahead. So that would last us ages. And let's keep expanding that. 12. So currently I'm at 13 out of 20. Oh, that in terms of my houses. And 5 times houses is not much, so that's why I said... yeah, so that level... Reputation limit has been able to upgrade them. Level 8 houses, and the max skill I had was level 5. And then this year is what... Oh yeah, so that was 2 days ago. So said 2 research, I could make it that I make level 10 houses. Yeah, but a bit unbalanced and unnecessary. Because back in the day, the reputation by now I would have been able to upgrade them to that. So that's now unbalanced. I'm sure in the future they'll balance it better. Although they'll make some changes they'll probably like and some that I don't like. When you can't get the max skill cap, because sort of like the same thing with upgrading your troops to the max level. Should it be like this exclusive thing for top level hoods? But then it gives them even more benefits in that. So it's like the cycle, like the top valleys getting topper, richer and richer. And so then it's like it's nice for them. As they work, because it's sort of like, unless you did instant rewards, so they get rewards as they go, versus like this sort of ability that anyone can use, that, yeah, then it makes sense to just join a high level hood for that. But unbalanced and unnecessary early in the research table when you can't get the max skill cap via the, so yeah, that was what I've just said, disproportionately well from progress in certain areas, but not others. I think it's because of the update in which they made the reputation road very long, and thus all the once reasonable reachable skill level ups, which were like a max at 10,000, allowing you to actually upgrade your workers for their level 10 houses, whereas now it's a long way. And so then anyway, yesterday I decided to say, I said the following. Just a heads up, I may end up leaving this valley soon. And I wasn't sure as of this point. I said I've enjoyed my time here, but I'm bankrupt. And I had less than 1,000 coins when I said this, I think. I had under 1,000 yesterday. And the server, severe ongoing coin shortage is turning out to be problematic. Because I thought as long as I can keep all my guys working, it doesn't matter. Even if I can't upgrade my troops, it's still fine. But now to the point where I've just got 4 of them out of action. Over half my guys. Basically, all I'm doing right now is researching. That's basically it. And it's like, nah, that's just way too throttling of progress. Considering it's like, as soon as I get coins again, I can get all the other guys back in action, which I definitely want to be doing. I said I've maxed out my research, including the dies. You have no way to convert them into coins. Auto tasks I complete instantly within a short amount of time and back to 100% supplies. Because I've got basically max supplies of all things now. I'm going to start getting tons of buildings that I can upgrade, but unable to do so. Originally I couldn't. I wasn't researching my stuff, but now I've well surpassed that because I got all those houses, which is heaps of upgrades worth, and they're also nasty ones because they're not just wood and brick ones. They're the ones that require planks and bricks, which is a bottleneck on that. For you personally, because you can have lots of guys on the wood, but the plank thing is ultimately as slow as it is. And upgrade only amount means it can store more, not that it can actually produce it faster, and you can't research guys and producing that faster. Although the wood bonus, they could make it that works. But if you start off with a higher amount, it's much better because then it's like boom, you can instantly do a whole heap. Man, my voice is honestly. I'm gonna start getting tons of buildings so I can upgrade, but I haven't got many coins. I also can't afford to upskill my workers. The only real opportunity for coins in the boats they come in. Reminds me. When is it gonna arrive? It's 8 minutes. I'll stay for that. It'll be the last thing I do with them. It's sort of like, oh, you really, when you're going to leave, you're still going to use it. Like, yeah, I think that's fair enough. Boom. Okay, so we'll go here. Oh, my voice. Okay, there we go. Whoa, I wrote a heap. Whoa. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to start getting tons of buildings that I can't upgrade now. I'm unable to do so because I haven't got any coins. I also can't afford to upskill my workers. The only real opportunity for coins is the boats come in. They often get stuck for 10 plus hours due to the 1 to 3 items on each shipping that we can't complete. There are often 10 of us completing for a few coins on 2 times boats that occasionally come in with about 14 doable tasks each. With 7 to 9 shipping, because I've only got 7, some of them have 9, it only serves about 3 to 4 people. 14 times doable tasks each day times 2 boats equals 28 tasks. 28 tasks divided by 7 to 8 equals 3 to 4 people that day getting coins from the boats. 3 to 4 out of 10 of us is not enough. And then they also you could do with more coins even at that, even the people that do get the boats. Also, due to the amount of lower end of progress, within a short amount of time, I'm mathematically unable to do the remaining grand statue monuments. I'm glad that I put so much reasoning behind this, because there is lots of reasoning behind this move, because I didn't want to leave. But I think it's my best choice. So can't use my workers to do a reputation task. I can normally do 2 to 3 tasks, which normally takes me like maybe a day to 2 before all the easy / do-about tasks are taken. But then there's a big bottleneck of waiting days before the final task, hard brick or plank tasks are done before I can participate again. So I got to maybe a day to 2 days at the start, and there's just been another day and then another day before it actually resets. And if it starts when you're asleep, then you're already off at a bad start. Like, if you've just gone to sleep and then it's like 8 hours worth of other people doing a whole heap of tasks, then you're like, oh, okay, we've just missed the first 10 or more tasks. Potentially more than that. Potentially, like, first 20 tasks. You're like, okay, we're already down to... And then there's, like, a whole heap of them that you can't even do. So it's like, oh, there's not many that I can do. See you later, Peter. See you later. I feel like I don't interact with the chat like as much as I used to. I'm sort of so focused on talking about this stuff. I get in a YouTube video talking about it, so because it's for the watch back value, whereas that interacting is more instantaneous value, and I'm sort of focused more on the watch back value, even though most people won't watch this back. So I sort of want to explain it, because otherwise I could just sort of get up. It's just sort of a chatting stream, which is it's fine, but as in I really wanted to sort of showcase this info. If I was doing it like regularly, there'd be not like, oh, I have to tell you all this information in the very rare times that I actually stream. It'd be like, well, we stream every day. I've talked about all the stuff I want to. Then I can focus on the chatting more. But since I haven't chatted much, then I focus on what are the few things about this game. Since there's so little content on it that I'll cover. So then in 3 years' time, if this game's global, people are like, wow, that's what it once looked like. Not that many people actually watch this kind of stuff back. If it was like super valuable, interesting history, then people would like history. Like people do that with history, but generally not games they do. But I mean, I'm sure that if it became the next Minecraft, people would look back at this and be like, wow, that's an amazing old video of what it used to be like. But it won't be the next Minecraft. But hey, Vertassi, welcome to the stream and recording history indeed. And this is my reasoning along the whole process as to why I do different moves and the problems in the game as of that point and what's working, what's not, who's the top in the game, etc. Oh, my voice, my goodness, I've only been going an hour and a half. Okay, so the it's real problem. I've considered spending money to buy ships, but I'd rather remain free-to-play player. There are definitely benefits of being in this valley, including chatting and connecting with you guys, having all the resources unlocked like Dice, Toy Workshop, Indigo, etc. Being able to fully max out workers via research, because you get, oh no, you have to, even all the buildings in there, you have to get the bakery, you have to build it, and oh, that would be annoying if I go to such a low level hood that I have to rebuild the bakery and that. Although that would give me workers stuff to do, but it would be kind of, then I guess the boat requests would be so minimal, because if you haven't got any buildings, none of them, man, it'd be like, whoa, what even would they request? I guess natural resources. Anyway, including chatting and, there we go, being able to fully max out, these are the benefits of being in this hood, max out works via research, but I think that the coin or near constant coin starvation is too much. I mean, I can't even upgrade the workers, so I'm not even getting that benefit, and I mean, they don't chat that much, so, and it's not like there's deep secrets that I can learn from them, generally, it's just, kind of at all, really. I've sort of figured out most of the stuff myself, as have they. Otto's task, the occasional event, and 2 rear boats between the 10 of us are not nearly enough to get us the proper coins in each progress. It's a hard decision to leave. I do enjoy it here. It's also been part of the action and being in the top valley, but I think my time has come. I will instead create a brand new valley. And someone pointed out on Discord the other day on the server that you can't actually create a new hood, so I'll just join an active one and then just do a leader's vote, and the other person will lose because they don't vote, and then I'll be the leader, and then just, well, it's just like rename it and stuff. And then you can accept when there's new people that come with the village tasks, because it's been annoying. The elders definitely, well, it's a bit of a benefit, it is a benefit, to when there's a new task thing there, they are able to accept it, which is and so then they get first pick on it. There's certain subtle things I do that would maximize my benefit. Like, I'd wait till all my workers were free before I completed the final task of a thing, and make sure everyone else was offline, so then, I don't know if I would check if they're offline, but it's things like that, and then you could just boom, and then you just get in the first tasks, like if you're completing one thing, and then you get like on the first few. So there's different subtle things you could do that would increase your benefit in various ways. Get a drink of water, mate. Oh, well, I'll be finishing within half an hour, so I won't, but yeah, thanks. Good suggestion. Okay, there we go. So, it's been awesome being part of the action and being in the top valley, but I think my time has come. I want secret. Oh, yeah, there we go. Allow me to get the boat tasks to myself. So this will also be so if they can't create new ones, I'll just join existing. I wonder, yeah, I guess they didn't want heaps of people to keep starting it when there's already not enough people in the game. They could make more people in the game, just release it in another country. But maybe they don't want to damage the brand of it. But they've already released it in heaps of countries that have millions of people. It's just a matter of getting people to play it. I mean, they could always advertise it. I had a whole heap of Google Ads things to prove today. They said, I mean, yeah, and so the video's unavailable. It's like, no, it's not. It's still available. I haven't changed the video. It's still public. So I don't know why they're sending me that. Okay, there we go. And I haven't advertised on Google Ads in a year. So they will also be easier. Imagine if someone collected every single statement that I said, and then they could like figure out like all sorts. Like, he must have advertised from this point. Just heaps of stuff in life. AIs in the future will be able to do that. Okay, there we go. So if you tap it like a little bit, it doesn't. Or if you just tap the screen to stop going off, it doesn't count as moving in it. Even though, like, surely you'd think like a tiny bit would bump it. Anyway. they will be easier and not include difficult items like orange, green, and purple dyes or fancy cakes. Or yeah, that's another thing that's broken, irrespective of the fact that it's a top valley. Just they request these super hard. Whereas I haven't unlocked those items, and I'll choose not to unlock those items if I'm in a new valley, because then I won't have to deal with them. Whereas they're in it where they have these things, and then it just messes it up and makes it hard for them. Has a benefit of not having items, but if you're in a valley with at least one person that does, then it screws it up for everyone, because then those items are requested. So that would mean that I can get rid of the boats even faster, so I'll have a constant coins, which would be real nice. I mean, maybe there's some dilemma that I haven't thought of, like, oh, the tokens thing, or I don't think there is, though. I don't think there'll be any issue with me just joining a hood and just getting unlimited tasks of coins, basically, other than the 7-hour cap. But I don't think there'll be any issue. I don't think we're like, oh, I didn't think of that. Then I mean, I guess if the AFK person in your valley is really high, then that wouldn't work. But then you just kick them out. So yeah, just it's funny. People respond to a game and like, this is a fun game. There's all these problems in this game. Some of them the dev have accidentally created, and people respond accordingly in the most efficient way they can to it. There will be more and not difficult to like orange, so thus I'll be able to have all the tasks, and there won't be a big delay in having to complete the boss. Waits 11 hours just sitting there till they leave. I think it's my best choice, but it has been cool to be here. Thanks for having me. I won't leave here. I'll do a final stream showcasing the valley. Hopefully an update will change to make it more balanced, and then I'll be able to return, just like the boat. It's here! Oh yeah, they're going! Go, 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 go. One more, I reckon that one. There we go. Who's the other one on? Oh, there's 2 of them on. That was Louis. That wasn't as fast as I've done it before, but I was pretty quick. It was like tap, 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 tap. I would have preferred to do. Oh, he did that. Oh, that one there, because then those ones, that one is inactive, but then I can use that. Oh, we got one more. Ah, I did have another one. Oh well, I'll join when I join the new one. I can start with that. Oh, I won't even start producing the stuff yet, because I might just leave anyway. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and then it will be gone. What was the things I... Yeah, anyway, as you can see, it's like a da-da-da-da-da. Okay, there we go. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, now we got them on clay, so we'll put 2 of them on clay. Boom, boom. Oh, on wood. Yeah, there we go. But that... Oh, that boosts me. Oh, that boosts me nicely. Oh, now I'm thinking I want to stay, because then I can... Then you can yeah, no, actually, I'm going to... I think I'll move next stream then. I wanted to move this stream. I think I'll move next stream then. Because that will just give me that little bit. Yeah. Because then we can research him. Liam. 16 hours. That doesn't matter when it finishes. We'll just do that now. And then we'll... 1, 2, 3. We'll max these out even if we're... Okay, that was a change because of that boat. That was enough to... I could then... Oh, we'll put these on. Oh, I should have put them on anyway. No! Now they're behind that big line. Ah, I should have put them on anyway. Oh, that will take ages. Oh well. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and that wheat's gone though. Oh well. There we go, that's insane. But yeah, you saw how quick it was like, and now the whole thing's finished. That was within a very short amount. Like, it's got 1 or 2, and then it was just the whole thing. Yeah, it'd been there for probably a minute. Like, and then it's like, and the whole thing. And I got most of them, and then there was actually 2 of the other ones on, which actually, the leader got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and unless they completed the last boat, we'll have like 3 more left, and this guy only got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but as you can see, that is the competitive level. So it's like, and then there's those 2 that will ruin it. That one you could do, but it's not ideal to. But these 2 will then just mean that it sits there for 18 more hours. The devs must have made it a full 24 cycle. It's like a shark for yeah. Yeah, it's like boom, 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 boom. I've been slightly faster another time, I reckon. But that was reasonably quick as far. But see, these little stupid things like that mean that it will sit there for 14 hours in this year, and no one can get coins for those next 18 hours because those 2 sit there and no one can complete them. It's a real pain how that happens. Get a few of them, and then we'll chuck on someone new onto Levette's work. Oh, they're working hard, or hardly working, and then It won't take long before that's all maxed out. But then we'll have Liam, and then next stream, which hopefully I'll do it in the next week, and then we'll move hoods that time. But yeah, that is the speed. I mean, technically I could just move tomorrow. I could stream tomorrow. Literally just move out tomorrow. Oh, that changes what I was gonna do. Oh, we hadn't finished talking about the chat. So, I said do a final stream, which was going to be this one. Hopefully an update will change it to a more balanced, and then I'll be able to return. But yeah, that was my thinking. And reasoning the situation, it's been good here. I hope it works out for you. Hope they'll release the game globally. That'd be awesome. A huge influx in players. So that's what I said. And then all valid, and so that was just I got some, but now they're all gone again because I've used them to upgrade, and then I can't even use as soon after this 3 hours or whatnot, those guys will have finished all that stuff. It will be maxed again, and I won't have enough coins to actually upgrade a building, so they're stuck again. So, but I wanted to get him maxed just because, I mean, I'd like to get them all maxed, but he's most important because it was the highest possible level you can get them to, that I can get them to because of my cap, but then he'll be someone that I always am using to do stuff. So they were the main two I wanted to get. I wanted to get Liam maxed, and research Rebecca maxed, and Liam maxed, and then that's there. And so yeah, find a valley that suits your needs, which is just a brand new valley with no one. That's the valley, just because the coin thing is the main thing, which is a dilemma. I mean, socializing is nice, but if it means that they're your competitors to stop you getting coins, not because of their fault, just because the game is like that, then yeah. I said, and he said that's fair. Personally, I have not got after boats for about a month, which is very kind. He took one for the team, was like, I'm not going to go for boats, just make it easier. So actually it means that there was only 9 people competing, maybe even less if there was someone else that didn't as well. And even then, there was still way too few coins in that. So it shows, yeah, and this was opting out, so very kind of them. So thank you, Swarren, for that. Thank you for interacting with the stream in the past and getting a boat one time. That was cool. I don't think any of them must be, because yeah, that would be a way to benefit from pay to win. So if you had one person in your valley that was buying heaps of ships, which is definitely possible, then it would be survivable actually if they're getting 36 boat in all the time, like boom, 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 and they'll just keep everyone. It costs them money in that, but if I was a YouTuber, and I would do that. As in, I am a YouTuber, but I'm not investing much money in these games because I can't afford to. But if I want like Rush Wars and that, if it was the equivalent thing, and with Rush Wars you could then do something and all your valley would benefit, I would do that. I would be getting that, and then they would be able to benefit. But then it would actually keep it alive. I absolutely do that in Rush Wars as equivalent. But this game, which is not very well known, quite possibly will just die rather than go global. I'm not going to be spending even $90, which isn't that much. I'd say it's probably almost worth it, but yeah, I'm not going to spend it. I would rather try and do this game really well free to play, which would be cool. But yeah, but then if one of them was doing that, then it sort of kind of means that you're not really free to play if you're benefiting off someone that's pay to win, even if you're not specifically doing it. But then if that was the case, then I would then be able to survive in this valley, because there should be enough. Even then, it would still be borderline, but there'd be a lot more if you're getting 36 shipments in. Would really hugely help if they did like a whole heap of those boats. So yeah, and so he said it's not gone for a month. Everything goes towards the statue. Allison is likely slowed down a lot as well. She's also level 15. It's very tough to get coins when we need them. Oh, so it says was, but it still would be, because things may still be the same at a new valley. But it's going to be just me. That's the thing. We really like you here and don't want you, but we understand. I appreciate you. I would just go to a valley by myself. I hate it how it always just blows out all these things. It's really annoying. A new one. So, creating a new one. So then it could do all the 18 times 2 of the tasks for the boats. Thanks for understanding. It's been good being here. I hope that in the future new updates come out that change the situation. I may not leave until a week or so, whenever I next do a stream, which actually will then be next one. Then they said how to create a new valley. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that comment. I think I read it as, why are you creating a new valley? Oh yeah, so they obviously they removed the ability to create new ones, but as long as they haven't removed the ability to change the names in the future, if they went global, they'll definitely change that back. But there wouldn't be enough valleys for players. But because at the moment you can basically just search A and it shows all of them, and there's only like 15 or 20, so you can see all of them anywhere, which isn't that many. I said, yeah, there's the find a quiet corner and panic. Those are the headings prices. Devs really trolling us. I said, I don't think it is the devs though. I said, oh no, found a glitch thing. I can't collect my wheat reward for the food fight event. I have 100 wheat and have 37 to collect from the task I did. Normally allows you to discard it by choosing if you collect all, you will not receive rewards. But this time it won't. Just says not enough space to collect your reward. I can't even open it to show the task. Hopefully, that does hijack. It doesn't hijack the event. I must have auto-corrected and prevent everyone from moving on to the next stage. 37 wheat that I can't collect. Plus I had the 2 on my actual wheat field, but it didn't end up just, even though I couldn't collect. Because sometimes it makes, like, the final person that taps it, or what I thought would then, or maybe that's not the case. Maybe it just auto-flicks over. Yeah, it must auto-flick over, because otherwise we would forget to collect it and the event would expire. But if you, like, yeah, that's right, yeah. If in terms of completing a task before the next thing, that would be a trick I'd use. I'd wait till I was fully operational with all my other supplies ready, then I complete it, and so then I could go boom, boom, boom again. So you'd have the last task for an event. That was like the sneaky way to boost. I maxed out on almost every shop product in the game. Oh, every product in the game, so I have no way to use my wheat. All good, it worked, so it went through defend the wheat. Love it. 4 out of 7 idle workers. This was just yesterday I said this, with no task for them to do. 1 time's on research, 1 time's on food, 1 time's on getting upskilled. Max out on all resource bar. Die. And then he said, I couldn't believe this when he said, I often have 2 to 3 of 10 working, which I think's insane. It's like, what? I didn't realize that's insane. I did not realize that was the case. Like for me, but I have so much progress to do in the game, like all these buildings to upgrade, so you want to be using them all. Wish content would come out very slow development. Yeah, I feel like some people will have quit the game. Some like Allison was talking about quitting the game, but the update didn't really fix it for them anyway. I said no way. I didn't really realize it was that bad fuel as well. That's even worse. I guess since you've hit the top, basically, as you say, needs new content. My only goal is to collect the high-end items, but held back to the dye shop is so unbalanced. They might make all items like that in the future. They say, oh, then it will make it sort of focus on lots of things. And then I said, true, different reasonings as to why our work is not working. Mine is bottleneck and progress in general, right from the coins. And yours is having completed everything. And you have the dye workshop bottleneck. Pardon me, which I have as well, but it doesn't really matter if I can't get dye, because I can do other stuff. I could do that, but I won't. I don't, yeah. It's very easy. Oh, I might do that, actually. Because often I'm so annoyed that I didn't put that on earlier. Swore, because now there's huge... 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, 6 from him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They take ages. So people do make the rainbow ones, but it does take ages. Because I could do that. Yeah, I might do that. And then in the new, then I'd have to have the dye one, but then then I won't be able to make new dyes in the new one. Oh, and then they'd start to run out. Although it wouldn't matter if I don't have them. Yeah, might as well use it up then. But people generally don't do those ones. There we go. So 1,000. Which then, and then these here. So I won't get any new coins for at minimum. And then it's like 4 hours after they leave. So at minimum like that huge amount of hours, and then even then I might miss those boats and then get no more. So I'll max out these resources, although I'll put him on there now that I'm about to go. How long will that last? There, it's fine. Okay, because then they will have maxed out those. There's the odd one, like I can still get a few apples and that, but then I will, as of maybe tomorrow, I might do another stream. I could do it tonight. I could do it tonight actually. Oh, but I wanted to do the valleys and yeah, why wouldn't I leave right now? Well, I have to go now actually, and just physically I have to go. I could have left now. I wanted to just finish off those resources first. Get those max, just to max out on them before I go. Nothing from that. Oh well. That's maxed, yeah. Which, and so then I'd have one more of that, so which would take 50 minutes, assuming I could get it tonight. And then when I come back and do that, yeah. Although it was a bit low on the bread. We'll see what I decide. Might stream that tonight. Might not. Anyway, that is indeed Valleys and Villages. I've showcased basically most things I want. Yeah, so we're still basically full on basically all the resources. There's just a few that were slightly depleted on apples and that thing, and then that will be a bit of wheat. And then we'll be back up at fully operational. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. It's been fun. It's been good. And I have to think of everything. Oh, man, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Okay, so thank you to everyone who was part of it. Thank you to... tired, man. Thank you to Lynn. Thank you to Lighthouse on Trovo. Thank you to Lynn and Lighthouse on YouTube. And to Peter. And to Arnav. Thank you guys. And to Vertassi and to Cupity on Trovo. Have you been here before, Cupity? Anyway, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for the likes on the video. I haven't actually checked if anyone's liked it, but I think it's probably a fair assumption. Do you reckon? Do you reckon? I reckon. I reckon. Let's have a gander. How many likes? Oh, yeah, 2 likes. 3 likes. There we go. Yeah, we haven't actually had many people here for this stream, but that's okay. Boom. Only one for ages, so thank you, Lynn. But yeah, we got up to a maximum of 7 temporarily. I could show your average viewers. So average watch time 3 minutes 45. 45 my favorite number. So 3. And thank you, Peter, for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you. And yeah, thank you to everyone involved for making this stream possible. To the creators of the game, Awesome Games. To the SMG Studio for the awesome risk backgrounds. Who sell the headset and the camera. 360 mirroring for the reflection of the screen. 24times.com for the time below. OBS for the free streaming software. Restream.io for allowing me to stream on all the different platforms. To Twitch. Are they behind me? No, I haven't got that one on. To Twitch, Nemo TV, Periscope, Trovo, YouTube, Freaky TV, Mob Crush, and D-Live. Thank you for allowing me to stream on your platforms. They've actually changed the thing on here. I'll show you. Boom, and like that. Boom, and like that. Boom. So it has the profile now. So it doesn't say what they're called. You just know, oh, that's Nemo TV. So they've got that. And they've imported some of the profiles, which I think is pretty cool. So they've got that. Like so. Boom. And what else we got? We got this here. Okay, then we'll go like boom, boom, boom. So this here is this here, all these images of my village. But yeah, some of the messages like study ancient scarecrow technology, learn the way of the crow, listen to the rhythm of the cause, grab a giant feather, use the giant feather in a game of tug of war, search the library for crow-related literature, gather whatever wheat you can, attempt to communicate with the cow. Communication failed. Run from angry. Oh, it's crow. Is the cow there? Oh, no, oh, this is the crow. Oh, I thought it was run from angry cow. There we go. Run from angry crow. An old book on scarecrows. Read it. Gloss over a guide to mechanical engineering. Find a quiet corner and panic. I love that. I love that. That's good. That's good. That is good. I know I should show you the orange juice thing. Look for Valley game suggestions. There's the Hall of Fame. Plan ahead research. Boom. I love that! I just put this massive present! That's funny. That's funny. Okay, there we go. That's such a funny picture. I love that. That's awesome. It's huge! Absolutely monstrous. So yeah, we're maxed out on resources. Some graphs of that. But yeah, like the OG Erodia. Oh, that was recently. It was the OG, which was this here. Yeah, Happy Guild Settler Z. There it is. That's Kavitu, which is still up there. Oh, Zion, I remember that. La La Land, yep. So not, it was a, yeah, Settler Z and Happy are still solidly pushing it. Good on them. And Winterfell and Mainford, which I pointed out today. So there was one dude that was real good. Chris. He was really far ahead for back in the day. Because what? That was as of November. The game was so fresh then. That's crazy. When did it come out? I thought it was November. Can't have been November. Maybe it was October. Anyway, yeah, so that was the... Yeah, Kavitu. So 2 of the top players in the world were from there. I haven't heard of any of those players since, but yeah, they're not on this one. Was anyone from this one here? This one didn't even exist, but now they're all different players, but yeah. Yeah, back in the day, eh? Boom. I had to blur yesterday's one, cause, yeah. The stream from the other time, because it just brings up stuff that's like, no! That's, yeah. Okay, there we go. So, hide in the corner, panic. Yeah, I love that. It's so good. Yeah, so that is indeed the Valleys game. It's been, I love the game. It's an activity now. It's a good game. I'm just trying to think. Oh, yeah, and I can, boom. Boom. I'll just get up the dashboard. And then can show you the... Okay, there we go. I can show you the world. Isn't that like a Disney song? Boom. Okay, so this is that. We're still losing subs. We lose subs every month. Okay, there we go. We will go to analytics. Boom, boom, boom. No, they're still getting some views. Free diamonds. Well, that was one of the giveaways. That one there. These ones. They're getting way less views than they used to. Sad. Well, oh, that one's still there. That's crazy. What was one of the other ones I was thinking of the other day that I was like, oh, I wish that used to... Oh, yeah, that racer game. That was... Yeah, I have to... There's a new game that's... I intend to check... Oh, yeah, so there's that one. Yeah, the Seaport. I'm still amazed that that still shows up. There's some that I'm still, like, amazed. Yeah, so that was... I'm surprised that one's... Maybe people search up bots and then that comes up. Content. What was I going to show you? Oh, yeah, the members. The members. Memberships. So thank you. No. Oh, maybe that's price fluctuations. Anyway, thank you to the 8 members of my channel. Thank you to Peter, to Lynn, to ValKP, Facecast, Josh Winder, Calvinit, Lynn, and Lynn. Thank you guys for being members. Thank you, thank you. Boom. Boom. Oh, where is it? So that, and then snapshot of that. Yeah, okay, there we go. This one here. Yeah. Boom. That one there. Super Arcade Football. I'm gonna try it out. Oh, I'm so hungry, man. Oh my goodness. Yes, but out of the bit, which we played a game by them in the past, which was the Super Arcade Racing one. Oh, they've obviously got a lot of them. Oh, my computer is... Oh. It's... Yeah, we played that one. We did a video on that one. Here we go. All that memory used up. I think that's everything I wanted to showcase. Sure, there's always more things, but that will probably do. Take a snapshot of that snipping tool. Snip. Boom. File. Save as. Clash Quest. I do want to do that again. Oh, I didn't do it. Mustn't done an image of the last one. The Fat Rat. Oh, I like listening to him when I go to bed. 5 org. Oh man, I've just. It's weird out so tiring, man. It's like, whoa. This is like, whoa. But I'll survive the day fine. I only had... No, I had like 5 to 6 hours of sleep, which is reasonable for me. I like to have 7 or more. There you go, that's that. Boom, with the stats. Is that the normal stats one we do? It is, yeah. So thank you guys for that. Almost 100 views. I think I've covered everything. I think so. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Lynn, for moderating. Thanks for each and every one of you who stopped by. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I will be back later tonight for a Clash Quest stream, or the one in which I finally leave this valley, which has been a nice valley. It's been a nice valley, but unfortunately due to the coin shortage, which it was like temporarily like, yo, we got some coins, but then I used up, so then I can't use them for building. Anyway, it's a good game. Snipping tool. What about it makes you laugh? Oh, I don't know why I'm so tired, man. I'm so exhausted. It hasn't been even 2 hours, and we did a 12-hour stream once. I'd sort of done a bit of more streaming around that time to prep for it, but yeah, I always feel like there's more stuff I could show you or showcase, but yeah, I think we've done enough in terms of just tabs in general of interesting stuff, things I've talked about in life. There's always more I could talk about in the game. I've covered most of the things I want to cover, so I'm going to head off, go play some board games, which should be fun. Yeah. Well, thank you, Lynn. Staying right to the end. I'll see you later. Thanks for being part of the stream. I'll be back eventually. Yeah, streaming. I could have been a full-time streamer, but I'm definitely not doing that at the moment. But I do enjoy the streams when I come back, even though I feel so tired. So yeah, that will wrap it up. Have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time. Yeah, see you later. Thanks for watching. Good night.